Welcome back to day 2 of Lake Camera Action's exclusive MG Oscar Picks bit. Today's question of the day is, of the Oscar winners for Best Picture in the last 10 years, which are your favorites and why? And the list is as follows. Argo for 2012, The Artist for 2011, The King's Speech for 2010, The Hurt Locker for 2009, Slumdog Millionaire for 2008, No Country for Old Men in 2007, The Departed for 2006, Crash for 2005, $1 Million Baby for 2004, and Lord of the Rings: Return of the King for 2003.
There was, however, another one that you mentioned there, a Coen Brothers film, that No Country for Old Men. Absolutely brilliant film, brilliant acting, brilliant writing, and the Coen Brothers, to me, are some of the best filmmakers out there.
I thought No Country for Old Men was super brutal, but really awesome film techniques. Ooh, very gory film, though.
Well, the Lord of the Rings, because the Lord of the Rings series has always been good.
Loved Crash. I thought that was so complex, the relationships, and I just thought it was quite deep. I keep wanting my psychology classes to choose it as their end of the year movie.
Crash was okay. We're gonna have to go with, what was the question?
I'll go with Lord of the Rings.
Argo.
Lord of the Rings.
I would say Lord of the Rings was very historical.
I liked Argo, Slumdog Millionaire, because it was full of wonderful things.
I saw Slumdog Millionaire like once. That was pretty good. Was it pretty slummy?
I would say The Departed because it has to do with my cousins out in Boston. Hey guys.
The Hurt Locker is my favorite because it was really intense movie and it was really well played. I really enjoyed watching it.
I'm thinking Slumdog Millionaire. It's a really good picture. It's really intense at some parts. So.
Slumdog Millionaire was really well executed, a passionate story.
Well, the only movie out of those I've seen is Slumdog Millionaire. And that was good, so I'm gonna have to go with that.
I don't know, they're all okay. I don't really have a favorite out of those, none of them are that good, let's be honest. Lord of the Rings is good, but it shouldn't have been made into a movie, it should have remained books, as it was intended.
Lord of the Rings and Return of the King, because it's probably the most action-filled one, and it's kind of like sci-fi-ish.
My two favorites out of that group would be Argo and No Country, was it No Blood, No Country? Wait, No Country for Old Men. I thought that was actually the better one of the three because I like the gore aspect of it. It was interesting, kind of how they set the scene back then, but I don't remember that one that well though.
I might have to go with The Artist.
The Hurt Locker was a really touching story that they executed well. They pursued the topic without really overexposing anything or spending too much time.
The Departed was my favorite from the past few years. I always like Scorsese. I think he's got like a grittiness to his films that you usually, it's a little disturbing, but it just has a realness that I often feel that a lot of movies miss.
I'd probably say The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, because that's the only one I've seen. I just like all the Lord of the Rings movie. I just think they're really long, especially the extended editions, but I don't know, it's a really good story.
I liked Lord of the Rings: Return of the King because, I've watched a lot of the trilogy, and that was a good movie. They were well produced.
Well, all the Lord of the Rings movies were just fantastic. I have been a fan of the books for 30 years, and I did not believe that they could possibly pull those books off on the screen, and Peter Jackson did so. I was in love with those films from the first 2 minutes, and I was ready to hate those films. So anything Jackson did that won an Academy Award was absolutely top-notch, first-rate.
Oh, I really like Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. That whole series is definitely one of my top favorite movie series, so yeah.